The window for treating AI as a novelty is closing. By 2026, isolated experiments won't be enough to maintain market share. Right now, we are seeing a total restructuring of executive priorities. According to recent enterprise data, 92% of business leaders have moved their AI strategy away from basic cost savings. Instead, they are demanding that AI directly creates growth. This abstract network of fibers visualizes the tangled state of data most organizations hold. McKinsey's research confirms nearly 2/3 are stuck right here, in pilot purgatory. They use AI for single tasks, but completely fail to scale it. To scale effectively, we have to move past buying random AI tools. We need the 2026 AI Marketing OS. This is a unified, top-down blueprint where data, search visibility, agency contracts, and compliance all operate under a single connected strategy. Building this system requires mastering 4 distinct pillars: setting up an AI-ready infrastructure, executing Generative Engine Optimization, restructuring your agency pricing models, and establishing strict ethical governance. Teams that execute these 4 pillars will transition from generating single assets to orchestrating entire predictive campaigns. Those who fail to adapt will quickly find themselves completely outpaced by autonomous systems that operate vastly faster than human capacity allows. Step 1 begins with a complete technology audit. You have to identify and isolate any tools in your stack that operate in data silos or lack API compatibility with large language models. This 3-tier model illustrates the path. First, establish the data foundation by centralizing your zero-party data in CRM. Next, deploy prediction models to analyze history and forecast performance. Finally, the integrate full spectrum layer, where AI automatically reallocates budgets across all channels in real time. Managing this requires a new type of oversight. The role of the marketing operations controller becomes crucial. They ensure the data core remains clean and the predictive models stay aligned with business targets. You cannot automate decision-making across a fractured environment. Unifying your data infrastructure is the mandatory first step before any AI orchestration can begin. The second pillar requires updating how customers find you. Traditional SEO is obsolete. Users now move to AI platforms for direct answers. Notice this response. Large language models synthesize an answer and typically cite only 2 to 7 specific domains as their sources. Getting cited requires Generative Engine Optimization, or GEO. AI engines break content down into individual passages. To be retrieved, every section of your content must start with a direct answer, followed by dense, factual context that stands entirely on its own. Your own website is only part of the equation. AI engines heavily weigh entity authority. This means third-party reviews, digital PR, and mentions on other high-trust sites directly influence whether an AI recommends your brand. To track this, you need to use platforms like GeoPT or SEMrush. Run targeted audits to see exactly where your brand ranks in responses across ChatGPT, Claude, and Google AI overviews. Earning a citation in an AI response provides an implicit endorsement. The engine is telling the user exactly who to trust, creating a conversion driver far stronger than an organic search listing. Pillar 3 addresses your external partners.
The billable hour model actively punishes agencies for using AI to become more efficient. Look at the math of the efficiency penalty. If an agency uses AI tools to cut a 20-hour campaign setup down to 5 hours, their revenue drops by 75%. The solution is value-based pricing. Under this model, you pay for outputs, not inputs. The agency is rewarded for the results they generate, aligning their financial incentives perfectly with your growth goals. You can structure these contracts in 3 ways: success-based models with flat fees and performance bonuses, risk reversal models where agencies work for free until targets are met, or direct equity partnerships. The data supports the transition. Agencies moving to value-based pricing frequently see their profit margins increase from 23% to 47%, while client retention stabilizes. By restructuring your contracts, you guarantee that your agency partners are highly motivated to push the limits of AI automation rather than artificially extending their hours. The final pillar protects the entire system. Regulations like the EU AI Act and the California AI Transparency Act are setting the global standard for marketing compliance by 2026. This means strict guardrails must be implemented.
You are required to provide clear disclosure when customers interact with AI, maintain explainability for AI decisions, and deploy automated watermarking to authenticate your media. Meeting these standards requires an internal talent shift. The human role moves away from manual content creation and transitions into a strategic director, guiding the AI's output and maintaining brand integrity. This chart outlines your immediate upskilling targets. Your team must develop deep data literacy, precision prompt engineering, and an understanding of AI ethics and governance to fill specialized roles like AI marketing specialists. Specifically, your team needs to master explainability protocols. If an AI reallocates $1 million in media spend, your staff must be able to audit the algorithm and explain exactly why it made that decision. Ethical governance acts as a shield against regulatory fines, but it also functions as a competitive asset. Customers trust brands that clearly control their automated systems. When these 4 pillars, infrastructure, GEO, value-based pricing, and governance are locked together, you have the 2026 AI Marketing OS. The impact of this integration is clear in the benchmarks. Early adopters running fully orchestrated systems are achieving up to a 340% increase in lead generation, while simultaneously driving their cost per acquisition down by 76%. Your execution timeline takes 90 days. You start day 1 with the technology audit. Over the next 2 months, you deploy prediction models and structure your GEO content, concluding with a full rollout of new agency contracts by day 90. Step 1 begins immediately. Schedule a meeting with your Chief AI Officer tomorrow to map out the tech audit and identify your non-compatible data silos. Building this system is a test of organizational alignment. The technology exists today. The variable is whether leadership is willing to restructure how their teams and agencies operate. Commit to the blueprint, unify your data, and turn AI from an